Alrighty everyone, welcome back to DrakeMakes. I've caught the bug of inspiration to work on some horror stuff again, so today we're going to work with something I've been wanting to do for a while. Horror Engine has a cool system for adding VHS tapes, which can load whatever MP4 file you want. So we're going to mess around with some lens effects and camera shake blueprints to make some tapes. This video is sponsored by Wingfox. Do you want to fight off hordes of the undead in a project of your own design? Using my affiliate link in the description, you can get their latest course teaching you how to build a first-person zombie shooter from the ground up. A huge sale is going on right now in which you can get 51% off of your order using the link in the description. Check it out. The course receives regular updates and is a great source of knowledge for getting started. So recently these Unreal Engine 5 clips have been getting really popular for their cool bodycam aesthetic. These clips have a lot of things going for them that make them feel photoreal, but one of the distinct features is the fact that they're using a fisheye lens, so I wanted to set about recreating that. I thought the process would be something simple like this. It turned out to be like this. It's not too bad once you get into it, so I'm going to give a quick version of how to put this all together. If you need a more in-depth tutorial, I'll link the video that I followed in the description. So first of all, make a new material and call it whatever. Open up the material graph and change the material type to post-process. So we're going to start with a screen position data and plug it into a component mask through the viewport UV. Now connect the component mask to an add node, plugging it into A. As for what we're going to plug into B, we're just going to bring up a quick scalar parameter set to -0.5. We are going to take these four nodes now and group them, calling it Screen Position Center. Underneath all of that, you then add a radial gradient exponential node. This is connected to the add node like so. Pop in two more scalar parameters and be sure to right-click them and hit Convert to Parameter. One will be called Area Radius and the other Area Falloff. So plug Area Radius into Radius and Area Falloff into Density. Create a third scalar parameter and plug it into center position V2. Leave its value at 0 for now. Set the slide max for the area radius and fall off to 5 and set their default values to 1. Now on the other side, add a 1- node and connect it to the radial gradient. Next, throw in a static switch parameter and call it invert. Hook this up to the radial gradient as well. We're already like halfway done. Is everyone still with me? Anyways, go ahead and connect these last two nodes like so, and group all 6 of these, calling the group Radial Falloff. Next, we're going to add in a new multiply node and connect it to the add and invert nodes like so. Add another multiply node and connect B up to the previous one. Add another scalar value and convert it to a parameter, calling this one intensity. Its default value should be set to 0.5 with a slider max of 1. Plug this into the A side of the multiply node. Add a comment over the multiply node and call it multiply with UV, and now take the remaining two nodes, group them, and call them intensity. For the next step, we add in a subtract node, hooking up B into the multiply, and A then plugs back into mask. I plugged it into the wrong node here, but I fixed that later. Anyways, next up we add the scene texture node. Change the scene texture ID over here to post-process input 0. And now with that, we connect the subtract node to the UVs and the color point into the emissive color. Now I quickly fix that one mask node, and our lens effect is complete, so hit save and we can test it out. So we create a material instance of the post-process effect and plug it into a post-process volume as an array element. And once this has been plugged into your post-process volume, it comes out like this. And it's now pretty easy to adjust parameters to tune the look to your liking. Alright, so with the fisheye lens complete, I took a celebratory break, and then moved on to using this effect in making some found footage. First of all, I've gotten a few requests on how I got the camera shake in the Backrooms videos I did a few months ago. I can't remember if I've demonstrated this before, so we'll do it again. This was done using Sequencer and blueprints. So as you can see, I've already set up my camera move in Sequencer here in one of the horror game levels. So to add some nice camera shake to this footage, we're going to create a new blueprint and navigate down to Camera Shake Base. Opening up this blueprint, you're going to want to select the root shake pattern, and we're going to go with Perlin Noise. And then underneath those controls, you're able to control the rotation. Once you've tuned all those settings to your liking, you can hit compile and save, and you can then head back over to Sequencer where you can now add in your camera shake track. So that all comes out looking like this. The camera shake in tandem with the fisheye lens comes out looking very nice. As for our second experiment, we're going to be using sockets to attach a camera to a 3D animated character, so it's like bodycam footage. I got these SWAT characters and animations off of Mixamo, and then dropped them into the project. Specifically for this video, we're going to use this walking with rifle animation. Once you've got your animations imported, you can open up the skeleton and assign sockets. In this case, we need one socket for the head, which will be our camera socket, and one for the right hand, which will be our gun socket. Speaking of guns, from the Unreal Engine Marketplace, I import these free gun assets, which I'll also link in the description. To attach your desired asset to whatever socket, it first must be converted into a blueprint, so I convert the gun of choice and place it on the character in the scene. Then in the scene library, drag the blueprint over the animation, and choose the desired socket. And there you go, gun in hand. So, with our armed SWAT guy, to attach the camera to him, instead of attaching it in the library like we just did, we're instead going to go to our camera cut track in the sequencer, and we're going to hit attach and select the desired socket. And that's it. With the camera attached to the character's head, we've got a pretty cool looking shot. I wasn't sure if this was going to work, so here's my live reaction. Kind of exciting. Do you work?
Oh my god, that looks awesome.
So with our test shots prepared, we can now demonstrate how to use Horror Engine's VHS tapes, which happen to be super simple. Under Horror Engine, you can find TVs, VHS players, and of course the tapes. Drag your desired TV and player into the scene, and under the player, simply select the desired TV you want paired up. Then drag your desired MP4 file into your project. In this case, it's the 2 test shots we've made. Add in a tape to the scene, and under its controls, go ahead and select that MP4 you've loaded in. And that's it. Horror Engine essentially does all the work for you. So here's how this all looks in gameplay. So there you have it. Go out and make some cool tapes for your games. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.